Hello, this is Dr. Nuke. I have an idea. It's for a commune. To establish, it would actually be a de facto hippie commune, but not with all the errors of that went along with much of hippieism in its day. There are good things about hippieism, peace, love, etc. And there are cultural aspects of hippieism that are interesting and fascinating. But there are some other things that went along with hippieism in the 60s. Immorality of various sorts, sexual immorality, and um, drug excesses, and so on. And for example, there were various people that met their end in drug overdoses, like, say, Jimi Hendrix, and this was a little after the 60s, but John Bonham, the drummer for Led Zeppelin, I heard died drowning in his vomit because he gets so drunk. Well, anyway, hippie commune without those excesses. The idea would be located somewhere in Vermont and have a minimal carbon footprint on the earth. This commune would be designed for maybe 20 to 24 individuals, and it would be set up as a part subsistence farm, part think tank, and a haven and a refuge where on a limited basis anyway, people could come to get away from things or if someone needed a place to go to. The door would be open within reason. The way it used to be in the 60s with a lot of these communes. There used to be a lot of communes, from what I understand, in the 60s, but they're gone. Most of them. There's still some, but they're all pretty much, most of them, or a lot of them anyway, are of a religious or spiritual bent. There's the radical fairy places, but that's for people who are pagans. And then there's, of course, Buddhist places, and here in Vermont, near where I am right now, in the nearby town of Barnet, Vermont, there are not one but two Buddhist communes. There's Kare Choling on the road between Barnet and West Barnet. And then there's another one, the Milarepa Center, Tibetan Buddhist place. Two of them in the same town in Vermont. And Barnet is a very small town. It's just a small farming community. And there's two Buddhist places just in that one town. In the town of Glover, near where I live, there's a sort of commune, or it used to be. I don't know what it's exactly how it works there now, but it's called the Bread and Puppet Theater. But I guess in its heyday, it was a hippie commune. Well, we need more. There needs to be places that are not exclusive to one religion or another, that are modeled on the hippie way of things and the hippie movement. Tie-dye shirts, hemp fiber, hemp paper, patchouli, the hippie van, the old Volkswagen van, pre-1967, and other things. Uh, One thing that I do have to offer this startup of this commune, this proposed commune, I do not have anything in the way of funds to apply towards this, but I do have the beginnings, the nucleus of what would be the commune's library. I have in my personal possession now, I would guess about 1,500 printed books, maybe more than that, as well as hundreds of vinyl records, hundreds and hundreds of CDs, music CDs, hundreds of videos, mostly DVD and VHS cassettes. Also films, 16 millimeter Super 8 films that I actually shot myself decades ago, and standard 8 millimeter would be the nucleus, the beginning of the library for the commune. So what is needed now, I suppose, to start this is for people to come forward who are interested in starting a commune in Vermont. I would suggest the town of Sheffield would be a good place to locate it, because Sheffield has no zoning, and as long as you can buy the land and the septic passes and everything, as long as you pass the perk test and you can get a well sited and all that, and get state permits for well and septic, as long as you can do that, and then you can build anything pretty much in Sheffield. Some towns aren't that way. If you want to build something, neighbors object, and you have to go through a local permitting process as well as the state of Vermont permitting process for well and septic. Also, land is cheaper in that town than it is in some other parts of Vermont. Now, I suggested that it be based on subsistence farming. What crops would be grown? Well, subsistence crops: barley, hops, wheat, oats, rye. Could be grown for corn. And then, of course, squashes and pumpkins, peas, and several different kinds of peas and beans, potatoes, beets, rutabagas, turnips, carrots, and other root crops, various vegetables. And have some apple trees, maybe. Make beer out of the barley and the hops, and hard cider out of the apples from the apple trees. Practice permaculture and regenerative agriculture. Maybe even design the agricultural practices in such a way as to sequester carbon in the soils as the soil is being farmed. I believe that is possible to do. It requires some work, but it's possible to do. So our little commune, once we got it going, would be able to contribute a little to ameliorating climate change if we could sequester a little bit of carbon. That combined with having a minimal carbon footprint and a vegetarian diet, since meat eating leaves a very big carbon footprint on the earth compared to living off of grains and vegetables, and limited to a limited degree dairy and eggs as well. So this It would cost a lot of money, of course, to buy the land and build the buildings and so on. But once it were established, it could be run as a think tank. You could recruit for membership people who are knowledgeable in various fields, so that they could. There would be intellectual ferment for new ideas for the benefit of the commune and for society as a whole to be generated. It might be funded eventually by artwork. I have done artwork myself, and I'm starting to do more artwork. Maybe the sale of that artwork could provide some of the funding, and maybe other people in the commune could do artwork as well, and their artwork could be sold to generate funds for the commune. Perhaps the commune could even have a gallery that was open to the public that had my art and the art of other commune members for sale in it. Just an idea. There needs to be more communes. Of course, nowadays the term intentional community is more preferred, but why not call them communes? Well, anyway, please like, share.
Wait, 1 sec. By the way, this is just a hypothetical thing in a dream that he has. It's not really going to happen unless he can.
Well, yeah, I don't have any actual specific plans at this time to put an ad in the paper or to buy a piece of land or anything of that sort. It's just an idea that I'm putting out there, and if any of you like it, you can comment on it, and who knows, maybe it'll lead to something. But right now, it's just an idea, pie in the sky idea. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. This is Dr. Nuke signing off.